All right, here we go. Hi, everyone. It's Sean from Pulse Markets here. I've got Shannon Green, the Executive Chair and CEO of Resource Base. Last year, our investors and myself participated in the IPO and a placement where they sort of pivoted a little bit from their Mitre Hill project from a copper deposit into rare earths. They've been busy drilling, busy working hard. I caught up with Shannon last week in Melbourne, and I thought it was prudent to give our investors an update as to what's going on. So hi, Shannon, how are you?
Really good, Sean.
That's way, mate. I've got a couple of quick questions for you because I know you're very busy at the moment dealing with lab results, things like that, which we're all keen to see. But can you just give us a quick overview of what's happening with the Mitre Hill project, please?
Yeah, sure. Look, I mean, for viewers that may not know, we did the transaction late last year and bought in the first of the 5 tenements of the Mitre Hill project. We believe those tenements were prospective for the ionic clay rare earths. Since the transaction and post the transaction, we've actually pegged another 12 tenements in the region, and we're talking in the region out in Western Victoria into South Australia. So we've got a very large tenement in South Australia and the rest of the tenements on the Victorian side out there in the west. So we've pegged another 12 tenements that we believe could be prospective for further ionic clay rare earths. Provided they are all granted, that'll take our land position out to about 2,500 square kilometres. So a significant land footprint out there. It'll make us the second largest holder in the Murray Basin. And, you know, yeah, there's sort of AR3 have been out there. They've got a declared resource for the ionic clays, and you know, we believe that we're onto the same style of mineralisation.
That's fantastic. It was quite interesting because you started drilling straight away, and you haven't got your results back yet, which are due soon. But in that period, you've started infill drilling straight away, and you've bought yourself your own rig. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, look, I mean, just to sort of clarify, so yeah, the lab results are pending. You know, we're expecting them any day now, quite literally. That was from our first initial 36-hole program, and that was really on the first tenement that had been granted, so the first tenement that we had access to. And we saw exactly what we wanted to see down the hole, so to speak, remembering these are very shallow holes, you know, maximum sort of 20 metres of depth. But within the geology, we were seeing exactly what we expected to see in the geology. So we're very positive and very upbeat about what we think is going to be returned from the laboratories. In terms of the actual drilling, I'm sure every exploration company or anyone drilling for that matter knows that you know, the drilling contract market's a pretty tight and tough market. It's very hard to get rig availability. And the costs are certainly ballooning. So, you know, we've got a significant, you know, scale project. You know, we've got a couple of years drilling ahead of us, provided everything goes according to Hoyle. So, yeah, look, we, you know, prudently invested in our own rig. That gives us the ability to, you know, schedule and drill basically, you know, as and when we want, but quite continuously. We plan to be drilling continuously, you know, on a sort of a Monday to Friday basis. It also enables us to schedule our drilling around landholders. You know, often landholders, you know, they have all the different seasonal things that they have with working their land. And they, you know, there's certain times when you can be on the land and certain times when you can't. And if you can't book your drill and have your drill there exactly when you need it to be there, it can be very challenging, and you can often miss a lot of those windows. So, you know, it gives us the certainty to be able to do that. And from a cost perspective, you know, we're talking, you know, significant plus 50% reduction in our drilling costs. When you look at how much drilling we're going to be doing out there, we're talking really serious money. So, you know, for $100,000 investment, you know, I think it's probably the best decision we've ever made.
That's really impressive. And I think that's one thing with a lot of small caps like yourselves, your costs are your drilling. So to be able to reduce that like you have, I think that's quite prudent. I mean, that brings us to the recent quarterly. You've got good progress on Mitre Hill and Black Range. And that financial management, I mean, that drilling rig just highlights that you guys are serious about spending shareholders' money properly. Do you want to just touch on that quarterly before we let you go?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think, I like to feel that, our quarterly was a real demonstration of, both corporate management and financial management. We keep our spend tight. We've still got 3.1 in the bank as of the end of that quarter. So that shows we've been pretty prudent with our expenditure. And look, really, we've done everything that we said we would do and more. We've delivered on every target that we said that we would meet, and we've exceeded that, and we've actually done significantly more than we said we would. So from a earn your trust perspective, I like to think that we have certainly delivered. We've kept our shareholders very informed in what we're doing out there, and we've reported against that. And I like to think that people will see that we're a company that can be trusted to say what we'll do and do what we'll say.
I can certainly see that. I mean, I like one of your other board members, Jamie Myers, he's certainly very straight down the line. He plays a straight bat. And I think what you've said in the IPO to what you're doing now, you've actually exceeded my expectations, because I mean, myself and my family bought shares. The fact that you've thrown rare earths into the mix and you've got a copper exploration target, you're really looking at just adding just a lot of extra value to shareholders, which, I mean, we're really impressed with. So I just want to say thank you. But we're coming up to the end now. Just a couple of points you can hit for our investors. Like, what are some short-term catalysts that you think could really re-rate our resource base?
Yeah, look, I mean, we're obviously on the cusp of some initial results for the first tenement that we've started drilling. So I think that's a really important catalyst for us. If we see some good values coming back from the laboratory, then that's going to give us even further confidence. Our second tenement, the South Australian tenement, which is a very large tenement itself, has now been granted. So we'll be out drilling out there. We're doing all of the on-ground work right now to support that drilling program in terms of all of the landholder, stakeholder agreements and so forth that you have to have in place to access land. Your social license and land access is everything in this game, and we take that really seriously, and we put a lot of work into it. So we're out there doing all of that right now. So that'll give us access to a lot of drilling, moving forward. And you will just start to see us drilling results, in a bit of a pattern, if you like, in the sense of, broad tenements, a lot of drilling. We'll be just drilling and results. Our first of the 3 tenements in Victoria are due to grant any time. So we'll see those dropping out any day now. And then we've got another 12 tenements up behind that. So we've got a significant runway ahead of us, plenty of cash in the bank. A lot of news flow that'll come from all of that activity. So I think it's some pretty exciting times ahead, and a lot to keep shareholders and potential new shareholders interested and excited.
I think that key point too is that you're already infill drilling on this existing tenement, so you get these results any day now. Then you should have more results coming.
I mean,
obviously, the drill rig, so you're not going to be waiting around.
No, that's exactly right. And having our own rig, we've purchased our own XRF machine that's been built now as we speak, but we've got a higher one that is the same unit in place for that. So out on the rig now, we'll actually be running our infield XRF unit. That enables us to do a couple of things, obviously in real time. It enables us to calibrate what's going on with the drilling. But what it also does is enables us to significantly reduce how much sample we're sending to the laboratory. Again, really reducing our logistics costs, our laboratory costs. So again, prudent investment, on significant cost benefits, moving forward, and how we manage our business and how efficient we are on the ground.
Listen, Shannon, I just want to say thank you very much for that. I'm still own shares myself, and certainly have bought some recently. So looking forward to those results and seeing how we go.
Brilliant. Look, thanks, Sean. Really appreciate it.
Talk to you soon, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.